just didn't knock down. We had some guys that struggled from the field. It's just unfortunate. You know, we competed for most of the game, and again, it's a make or miss league, and you got to make open looks when you get them, and you know that's just the way the ball bounces sometimes. So, our biggest thing is just to get back, fill our cups back up, and then go defend our home court just as they did tonight.
Darvin, you made that run to get within one in the third quarter, and it looked like you're maybe trying to get AD a quick rest. Not just those minutes, but in general, without AD, what do you guys have to do better? And is there any thought about?
We had some untimely possessions where we didn't finish with a rebound, and you know they were able to get one, maybe two offensive rebounds in that stretch. And a team like that, they thrive off those hustle plays, getting those 50-50 balls. They got enough scoring output where, you know, you give them second and third chances at it, you know, they're going to make you pay. So I just thought some of those unfortunate defensive possessions where we couldn't finish with a rebound hurt us. But, you know, overall our guys came out tonight to compete, and again, we just didn't make enough shots, and some untimely turnovers and some untimely lack of defensive rebounding.
You didn't give Wenyen a few more minutes tonight. Are you just looking to try to match a little bit of their size with some of those second units more?
Absolutely, and then, you know, Wenyen, you throw him out there, even if it's in short spurts, he's always one that brings great energy to the game, as he did tonight when we threw him out there. So we'll go back to the drawing board, look at the film, and see what we come up with. And again, the biggest part is to be ready to come out on Friday like gangbusters and compete for 48 minutes or however long it takes.
Darvin, a couple questions. With about 9.5 minutes left in the fourth, you guys were in a timeout down 24. What was the kind of the balance between let's try to close this gap versus trying to maybe use that time to buy LeBron some rest, to buy AD some rest?
It's tough, man, because when you're competitive, it's like you feel like, you know, in today's basketball, the three-point shot, you know, it can be the great equalizer. You can chew up a deficit really, really quickly. You know, we gave up I think it was a 14-1 run to them in the first half last game in Game 4. So it just shows you, you know, and that was in a span of maybe a couple of minutes, maybe 2-3 minutes. But, you know, it's the great conundrum. You know, do you compete harder and hopefully see some shots go in, get to the free throw line, you know, get the scoreboard moving, or do you take that time, like as you just said, and try to soak up some minutes with those guys getting ice on the sideline or whatever? But it's playoff basketball, man. Everybody's in a competitive mode, and we decided to leave our guys out there.
LeBron has been pretty open about talking about his fatigue levels and stuff like that. 1 for 9 from 3 tonight. He was the first of the regulars to come out. Why did you choose that time with him?
Just to start, you know, he and I made eye contact, and we had a nonverbal discussion, and it was time. You know, we're gonna need him big on Friday. So
Memphis desperation, them getting the ball in the paint quite a bit. The Lakers unfortunately continue to turn the ball over. They got out in open court quite a bit, and they were able to erase that comeback quickly and take it up to plus 15, 20 points. So game of runs, and Memphis had, you know, better and more runs against, you know, the Lakers in that game.
Yeah, and I think, you know, when you think about fights like in a home game, elimination game, one, your defense has to travel.
Yeah.
Like it has to be stifling. You have to create turnovers, like force the home team to be uncomfortable at some point. You may not be able to do that throughout the game, but at some point. And that was where the Lakers really struggled tonight. The Grizzlies' ability to get 56 points in the paint, the assist numbers were about even. The Grizzlies made more threes. The Lakers turned it over only 3 times, I think, in the second half, but couldn't force turnovers enough and disrupt them offensively enough to get the Lakers out in transition, which is where they are at their best offensively. And then, you know, which we don't have to spend too much time on. LeBron definitely was just fatigued, which I think is understandable considering what he had to do in game number 4. to get the Lakers to this point. So all those things combined, Grizzlies been great at home all season. They won the game.
Yeah, D-Fish, no doubt about LeBron, 5 for 17 tonight. He played 45 minutes in that OT win 2 nights ago. Look, the reason why the Grizz were the second seed in the West, that backcourt, Desmond Bane, John Morant, they haven't had a game this series yet where they've both gone off until tonight. They combined for, 64 points? I mean, that's going to get you the W right there, especially when you're at home, where they had the second best home record, the best home record in the regular season, 35-6. The good news for the Lakers, and you see their numbers right there, I mean, that's outstanding right there.
Breezy, also the 20 rebounds between those two guys.
Yeah. Very good rebounding numbers for your backcourt. Like D-Fish said, good news for the Lakers, this team does not play well on the road. Okay, they just dropped 2 here in L.A., the most recent 2 games before tonight, and Lakers 2-0 against the Grizz here in L.A. during the regular season. So Lakers have some, they have some comfort that they can come home. They just do not want to have to go back out there for Sunday's game if there is a Game 7.
Big game, tough to match the energy of Ja and Bane, as Brez had mentioned. You saw those numbers, 47 shot attempts between the two of them, 64 points. And, guys, they just seemed the entire team. They had energy from the start to finish, but the way they attacked the Lakers in transition, all those stats that kind of show up in that energy department. 14 offensive rebounds for 17 second chance points, 56 points in the paint. They had a plan, and they went after it. In terms of attacking the Lakers.
They had a plan, and the Lakers, helped them, start that plan a little bit with the turnovers and allowing them to get out in open court, and also any type of second shot opportunities just gave them more momentum. So, of course, in a game they had to win, they had a plan, and it was attack early. And, with Ja getting into the paint regularly, for his little floaters and his pull-up, it put a lot of pressure on the defense. And then Bane, of course, he's a sharp shooter. And, he's going to get open. They've set a lot of picks, a lot of slant picks, a lot of down picks, anything to get him open with the ball moving. So, yeah, it was a tough assignment. And Memphis, they ran it pretty much to perfection tonight.
Yeah, and that was a good point. Like, through a good portion of this game, the Grizzlies had missed 5 or 6 layups around the basket. You could tell they felt AD's presence. Even LeBron rotating over to possibly take charges. You could tell that the Grizzlies were a little bit hesitant at times, but the Lakers only had 3 blocks. And I believe going into tonight, they had led all teams in the postseason at like 8.5, 8.7 blocks per game. And so just not enough defensive fortitude to win a game on the road to close a team out. Come back home to L.A., obviously the home fans, the Lakers fans will be out. That energy will be there. That'll turn the defense up, get the Lakers out in transition, hopefully off of missed shots and turnovers. And that's where they really have their best chance to beat this team.
And, Brez, I think, when we put the spotlight on the Lakers, we've talked about it definitely on our weekly shows. The 3 of us, me, you, and Allie, we sat there and talked about it in the podcast yesterday.